मैं 1 मिनट मैम, मैं बताती हूँ मैं क्या हूँ। मैं अनीस क्लासेस हूँ मैम। आई एम अनीस क्लासेस। ओके। ऑलराइट। ऑलराइट, ठीक है मैम। मैं कितने बजे शुरू करूँ ये लेक्चर? ओके। ऑलराइट, ओके ओके, श्योर मैम। Hi, I can see a unknown person over here. Can you please put a name against your ID, whatever your ID is? Can you please put a name against it? And give me 5 minutes. We'll begin the lecture after that. Okay? Sure.
साथ टाई अप रखी हो।
We are ready to discuss the paper. In a moment, let's bring ourselves to this. This is set A, the one that we are discussing. That is set A for the GAT paper. Okay, all right. Sorry. Good evening, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rinku, and we are going to be discussing questions for the GAT section of the NDA entrance, and we are discussing questions from set A. Okay, just the geography part of it. Here we are. Question number 57. Which one of the following is not an igneous rock? Okay, we are discussing which one of the following is not an igneous rock. If there are any participants and they'd like to answer the question, I'd be more than happy to receive your answers. So the answer to this is going to be slate, which is actually a sedimentary rock. Okay, granite, basalt, gabbro are all igneous rocks. So the answer to this is B, slate. Which one of next question number 58. Which one of the following statements is correct? First statement, hypocenter is the point on the surface of the earth nearest to the focus. Hypocenter and focus are one and the same thing. Okay, so hypocenter and focus is the point where how do you say it? It is the point within the crust of the earth, whether it is deep or it might be deep or it might be closer to the surface of the earth, somewhere lying in the crust of the earth. But in either case, hypocenter and focus are both one and the same thing, and they are just alternate names for the same entity. All right. So hypocenter, they do not lie on the surface of the earth. It lies within the crust of the earth. Okay, or sometimes deeper, but always within the crust of the earth. That is where the origin of the seismic waves is. So the first statement would be wrong. Velocity of earthquake waves is higher in denser material. Yes. Denser the material, higher the velocity of the waves. So this statement stands true. P waves move faster, and are the first to arrive at the surface of the earth. Yes. P waves are the first ones to be released. They are the first ones to reach the epicenter. And from there, they spread around. Okay, so they react with the rocks. They don't spread around, but they react with the rocks, form surface waves, and it is the surface waves really that create all the problems for us. Okay, so here we are. We can say that the second and the third statement are correct. We can't say that about the first statement. Okay, so the answer to question number 58 would be B, considering that only statement 2 and 3 are correct. In terms of geological timescale, the Quaternary period consists of 2 epochs, and they are. This is a very statistical question. This is not a concept-based question at all. You need to know what the Quaternary period consists of, and it consists of 2 epochs, Pleistocene and Holocene. Okay, so Holocene, Pleistocene. Answer option B. That is your answer. Holocene and Pleistocene. Question number 16. Which one of the following is the correct sequence of arrangement of the given planets in descending order of their density in gram per centimeter cube? Okay. Now we know that the Earth is the densest planet. Okay. We also know that Saturn is the least dense of all planets, right? We know this. We know this for a fact. We know that Earth and Venus have pretty similar densities, and Jupiter is just slightly denser than Saturn. All right. So logically, the equation should go that Earth is the densest, followed by Venus. It's a descending order, right? So Earth being the densest, followed by Venus, followed by Jupiter, followed by Saturn. All right. Okay. So this is, I think, option C. Option C is a good option for us. Earth being the densest, Venus being less dense than Earth, and then Jupiter being even less dense than Venus, and Saturn being the least. Okay. So option C. That's your answer for question number 60. Come to question number 61. Which one of the following is not a cold current? If it is not a cold current, it has to be a warm current. Okay. You're looking for, the general rule is, if you're looking for cold currents, go to the western side of the continents. All right. So think of the East Australian current is on the eastern side of the continent, and by that logic, it happens to be a warm current. Okay. So West Australian current, which flows on the western side of Australia, here, this one. Let's look at it here. West Australian current, which flows on the western side of Australia, this one. The Peruvian current, which flows over here, which we also called as the Humboldt current, and the Benguela current, which flows on the western side of Africa. Okay, these are all cold currents. All of these are cold currents, whereas the East Australian current, which flows on the east side of Australia, would be a warm current because it comes from the equator and flows towards the poles. That is the general direction. So current coming from the equator is a warm current. Hence, East Australian current is a warm current. Okay. Next question. The process of podzolization is predominantly found in taiga forests, boreal forests, cool and humid climates, where it's a kind of a leaching. Podzolization is a kind of a leaching where, all the organic material and the mineral compounds leave the upper layers and they are transferred to the lower layers. Okay, so to the lower horizons of the soil. So this process happens in taiga forests. Okay, this is the general idea. Next, no, this is not a geography question. We'll look for more geography questions. Go to question number. I can see a question number. Question number 90. Which one of the following is not a main greenhouse gas? Your greenhouse gases are water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, So oxygen is not a greenhouse gas. Greenhouse gas is something that will hold on to the heat, that is hold on to the, it is transferring to the shortwave radiation of the sun, and it will try to absorb, it absorbs in large quantities the long wave radiation of the earth and hence traps heat. That is the logic behind greenhouse gases. That's their operation. So greenhouse gases, oxygen is not one of them. Water vapor, carbon dioxide, and methane all tend to behave in this fashion. Oxygen is a life gas. It is the gas we live on, but not a greenhouse gas. Which brings us to we are discussing X-rays. So we'll go to 92. Question number 92. Which one among the following is the northernmost geographical location? Okay, let's look at it like this. Let's see if I can find this over here. Or let's look at it like this. No, I can't see it over here. No problem. But even if we look at the major capitals, you can see Delhi is already here. Okay, and Kathmandu is a little lower than Delhi. Thimphu is also pretty much at that same latitude. Lekin Dhaka is even lower. Okay, so Dhaka is completely out of competition when you consider the northernmost location of all these capitals. Among Delhi, Kathmandu, and Thimphu, also Delhi tends to win this battle. It's a little higher. It's way higher. Okay, not way higher, but it's a little higher than both Kathmandu and Thimphu, at least by 1 degree latitude. Okay. Sorry, is somebody trying to say something? No. All right. Okay. No problem. So here we are. The answer to that question is New Delhi. The answer to that question is New Delhi, option A. All right. Let's consider the 93rd question. Distance between longitudes. First statement says distance between the longitudes becomes 0 on North Pole and South Pole. This is true. The the linear distance between two longitudes is always the greatest at the equator and least at the poles. It becomes 0 at the poles because all longitudes tend to merge into one at the North Pole and the South Pole. Okay, so the distance between the longitudes becomes 0. This is true. The linear distance between longitudes. The first statement is correct. Distance between the longitudes is maximum on the equator. That is also true. It is maximum at the equator and minimum at the poles. Okay, so the second statement also stands true. Number of longitudes is more than number of latitudes. So this is true. Now, how many longitudes do you have in one hemisphere? Around 180. How many longitudes on the other side? So it is like you consider two main longitudes, the prime meridian, which lies at 0 degrees, and the ideal or the international dateline, which lies on 180 degrees. And between them, you find 179 longitudes on both sides, in both hemispheres. Okay, so the total comes to 360 longitudes, whereas the number of latitudes is 181, because you get 0 degrees latitude, and from there this is 90 upwards in the northern hemisphere and 90 downwards in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so the number of longitudes is always greater than the number of latitudes, almost double. So all three statements are correct, and hence the option is going to be D. Which one of the following states is the leading producer of manganese in India? Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh. This is once again a statistical question. You need to know the answer to that. 94 ka answer should be A, Madhya Pradesh. 95, mica is mainly used in, this is such a, the electrical and electronic industries. This is both the science as well as a geography question. Mica is mainly used in electrical and electronic industries. India used to be a major producer and exporter of mica earlier. It is not so. Mica is pretty much a minor mineral now in India, but it is still widely used in the electrical and electronic industries. According to Köppen's climatic classifications, the Great Northern Plains of India have which one of the following climates? CWG. This G here stands for Ganga in the Köppen classification. So it is a subtropical climate, hence C. It is dry winters, hence the small w. And G stands for Ganga. So Great Northern Plains of India have a CWG type of climate. Okay. Let's look for more geography questions. Give me a minute. Okay. Which one of the following schemes, question number 129, which one of the following schemes are included under the Bharatmala Pariyojana? Bharatmala Pariyojana is about roads in India. Okay, we are discussing the connectivity and the betterment of roads in India. It does discover, and first of all, we are trying to establish whatever earlier schemes we had in development of roads, we had all subsumed them under Bharatmala Pariyojana. Then they were all subsumed under Bharatmala. Then the next thing that we required from our roads is border connectivity, the efficiency of the, the economic corridors. We are trying to better the road quality and the general road infrastructure in the national as well as the economic corridors. So the third statement is true. We are also trying to develop the coastal as well as the border areas within this scheme under Bharatmala Pariyojana. So all three statements are correct. So your answer should be D, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Question number 130. Deen Dayal Port was earlier known as Kandla. Kandla has been renamed as Deen Dayal Port. India's #1 port when it comes to processing currently. Okay, so Kandla Port in Gujarat, which was opened as a replacement to the Karachi. That's the port you're looking for. Question number 130, and the answer is C, Kandla Port. This, the Counter-Insurgency and Jungle Warfare School of Indian Army is situated at Vairangete. This is in Mizoram. So that's your answer, option B. In soil forming, question number 132, in the soil forming regime, which one of the following occurs in a region where evapotranspiration exceeds precipitation significantly? If evapotranspiration exceeds precipitation, it will usually lead to dry soils. It will also make sense that due to capillary action, all the minerals, basically, all the minerals beneath in the lower layers of the soil, they are brought forward and they are usually hardened in the upper layers of the soil. Okay, and that will lead to calcification of soils. That is calcification. So we are looking at that. Question number 132, the answer should be A, calcification. Dry hote hai na soils, that should be the answer. Question number 133, which one of the following is found in the innermost part of the earth? All these discontinuities lie within the earth. They begin from the crust of the earth and go towards the core. So you are looking for the discontinuity which lies in the deepest part of the earth. So maybe the discontinuity between the outer and the inner core. Okay, and that's got to be lemon. Lemon discontinuity is the one that would be the deepest one found in the earth, in the innermost part of the earth. So you begin with Conrad, then Morovichik, then the Repeti discontinuity, followed by the Gutenberg, and then the lemon discontinuity. So the answer you're looking for should be lemon discontinuity, option D. Question number 134, which one of the following tree species are found on Himalayas? Your options are oak, rhododendron, and rosewood. Oak makes sense because the vegetation that is found in Himalayas changes with the altitude. Okay, so you will find a proper vertical zonation. There will be vertical zones depending on the height that you're traversing, or rather the altitude that you're in. Oak is a tree because temperate deciduous once again, so you get that kind of vegetation also. Rhododendron is also in the more upper reaches. So in the lower reaches you will find oak. In the upper reaches you will find rhododendron. Rosewood is probably not a tree you would encounter there, and you should be aware of the options also. You don't find an option saying 1, 2, and 3. Rosewood famously is a species of the evergreen variety, okay, of the evergreen forest. You won't find evergreen forests on Himalayas. Evergreen forests require a lot of rainfall. Now, this is not just about the temperature or the soils. It is also about the amount of rainfall that you receive, okay, that Himalayas receive. So clearly, rosewood is not a tree in the Himalayas because you won't get 200 centimeters of rainfall there. That's not what you're looking at. Oh, so the answer for question number 134 is going to be both oak and rhododendron. So 1 and 2, option D. Option D should be your answer. Okay. Moving forward, which one of the following, question 35, 135, which one of the following is the lowermost or innermost intrusive igneous rock? Intrusive igneous rocks are, all of these are intrusive igneous rocks. The lowermost of them, the largest one, the one that supplies, the molten lava or the molten magma to the rest of the intrusive igneous rocks. It feeds all the rest of the intrusive igneous rocks is batholiths. So batholiths are the ones that lie in the innermost, deepest reaches of the earth. And these are the ones responsible for, that is basically the reserve for all the magma. And that will be responsible for providing magma to the rest of the intrusive igneous rocks. So it lies in the lowest reaches, deepest reaches. So that would be the lowermost or the innermost igneous rock, intrusive igneous rock, batholith. Question number 136. If it is 12 noon in New Delhi, what will be the time in London, UK? Local time. This is a proper question on local time. It is 12 noon in New Delhi. New Delhi is 5.5 hours ahead of London because we consider London to be on prime meridian, so 0 degrees, whereas New Delhi follows the local time on 82.5 degrees. According to the Indian Standard Time is the one that is local time on 82.5 degrees east. Okay, so we are already 5.5 hours. India or New Delhi is 5.5 hours ahead of London. All right. So if you are going back 5.5 hours, it would be so we should ideally be at 6:30 a.m. 6:30 a.m. should be the answer. Okay. So 136 option should be A, 6:30 a.m. 5.5 hours ahead of UK. Delhi is 5.5, or rather we can say London is 5.5 hours behind New Delhi. And thankfully, nobody has mentioned DST or something. So we don't have to worry about that part. 137. Which one of the following positions of sun, earth, and moon are suitable for spring tides? Spring tides happen during syzygy. Okay, syzygy is when the sun, moon, and earth, any three or more celestial bodies are all in one line. Okay, that would be called as syzygy. In our case, reference would be the sun, moon, and the earth. Okay, so the syzygy conjunction would be that the sun and the moon are both on the same side. And the syzygy opposition would be that the sun and moon are on opposite sides of the earth. All three are in one line, but in a conjunction, the sun and moon would be on one side, and in opposition, the sun and moon would be on opposite sides of the earth. Okay. In either case, as long as the syzygy happens, spring tides will occur because both the gravitational forces of the sun and the moon now are working with each other instead of opposite to each other or counter to each other, like happens in quadratures. Okay, so syzygy conjunction or opposition would happen on a new moon or a full moon day, and that would be considered as a very suitable and ideal time for spring tides. Okay, spring tides would happen on syzygy, whether in conjunction or opposition. So both 1 and 2 should work. 137, the answer to it should be C, both 1 and 2. Okay. Quadrature would result in neap tides. So that wouldn't be an answer. I think we are done. I don't think there are any more questions for geography. The rest of them are physics, and these are not geography. People give me a minute and we'll discuss a new set. Same questions, I know, but still a new set. Hey, Ramji. So I think this is set C that we have. Yeah, people, if you want to join the lecture, may I make a request? Please don't join by the name of your device or some weird name. Can you please give a normal name in the participants list? Because then I can't refer to you as Samsung or Vivo or Xiaomi or something like that. Okay. So can you please join by your normal names? Okay. This is going to take some time. Let's look for proper geography answer questions. This one, I found this one, 69. Okay, I found this one. Which one of the following schemes is included under the Bharatmala Pariyojana? Under the Bharatmala Pariyojana, like we discussed, the Bharatmala Pariyojana is about the betterment of roads in India, whether they are, trying to improve the infrastructure in the Indian roadways. So we are trying to better those roads in the economic and the national corridors, in coastal roads, border connectivity, border areas, all kind of roads that leads to ports and stuff like that. So we already have one for the ports, which is the Sagarmala program or the Sagarmala project. And in conjunction with the Bharatmala, we are trying to make the connectivity generally better. Okay, that's what both these missions are for, Bharatmala as well as Sagarmala. Okay, so Bharatmala covers all 3 points: border roads, coastal roads, and national corridors. So 1, 2, and 3, option D. All right. Deen Dayal Port was earlier known as Kandla Port. Kandla Port in Gujarat was the one that has been renamed as Deen Dayal Port. That's the port you're looking for. Option. So for question number 70, it's option C. 72. Which one among the following is the northernmost geographical location? We already checked out over here. No, over here. This is where we went. Okay. This is Delhi, and it is higher than Kathmandu and Thimphu both. And Dhaka doesn't, Dhaka is not even in the competition yet. So in case of longitude, in case of latitudes, the northernmost latitudes, it is going to be Delhi. Delhi wins out because it is, I just checked, it is somewhere at 28 degrees north, and Nepal and Bhutan are both at 27 point something north. Okay, so Delhi has the more, northern location. New Delhi is the northernmost of all geographical locations described here. Question number 73. Distance between, the first statement says distance between the longitudes becomes 0 on North Pole and South Pole. This is true. Longitudes, longitudes are have the maximum distance. The linear distance between the longitudes is maximum at the equator, and they tend to merge with one another. Like all the longitudes tend to merge together at the poles. Okay, so the linear distance between the longitudes at the poles is 0. So both these statements are correct. Distance between the longitudes becomes 0 on the North Pole and South Pole. That statement is also correct. And the distance between the longitudes is maximum on the equator. This statement is also correct. Okay, so these two are absolutely correct. The number of longitudes is more than the number of latitudes. Yes, the longitudes are counted as 0 for prime meridian at 0 and international dateline is 180, and then 179 in the middle. Okay, so it goes from 1 to 179 in the eastern hemisphere and 1 to 179 in the western hemisphere. So in totality, it will be 360 longitudes. All right, whereas the number of latitudes are counted as, you have to consider the equator at 0 degrees, and then from in the northern hemisphere it goes from 1 to 90, and in the southern hemisphere it goes from 1 to 90. So it is a maximum of 181 latitudes. So obviously the number of longitudes is greater than the number of latitudes. All 1, 2 and 3 are correct. The option is B. Question number 73. All right, which brings us to question number 74. Question number 74, which among the following states is a leading producer of manganese in India? This is an answer you need to know. Madhya Pradesh. By the latest reports that the government has published on the Indian Bureau of Mines, it is Madhya Pradesh which is the leading producer of manganese in India. Mica is mainly used in electrical and electronic industries. That is, it is used as an insulator. Mica is used as an insulator. Hence, a very, very huge demand for mica as far as the electrical and electronic industries are concerned. Okay. Question number 76. According to Köppen's climatic classifications, the Great Northern Plains of India have which one of the following climates? According to Köppen's climatic classifications, A type of climates. The capital A type of climates are tropical ones, capital B type of climates are dry ones, capital C type of climates are subtropical, which makes sense that we'd associate Great Northern Plains of India with the subtropical climates. The small w stands for dry winters, and the small g is actually identified with the Gangetic Plains, the Ganga Plains. Hence, the Great Northern Plains of India have a CWG type of climate. That is what the climate is known as, the CWG type of climate by the Köppen classification. Let's look for more answers, more questions in geography. Please tell me if you spot one and I miss it. Question number 97. Which one of the following is not an igneous rock? Okay. Which one of the following is not an igneous rock? The answer should be B, slate. Slate is not an igneous rock. Slate is a sedimentary rock. Okay. We are granite, basalt, and gabbro are all igneous rocks. So that should be your slate. Should be your answer. Question number 98. Which one of the following statements is correct? Hypocenter is the point on the surface of the earth nearest to the focus. Both hypocenter and focus are one and the same thing. Hypocenter is just another name for the focus, the point where all the seismic energy is released within the crust of the earth. Okay. From here, the waves travel to the point which is closest to the surface of the earth. That point is called as the epicenter. So we are saying essentially that if this is the surface of the earth, then this is where the energy is released, the dot below. That point is either called as the hypocenter or it gets called as the focus. Okay. After that, energy is released and it goes to the point which is closest to the surface of the earth, the one that is perpendicular to it. Okay. That would be the smallest distance, and that point which lies on the surface of the earth is called as the epicenter. All right. So this statement is actually not correct. Hypocenter is not the point on the surface of the earth. It is the focus itself. All right. The second statement, velocity of earthquake waves is higher in denser materials. That's true. The denser the material, greater the velocity of the seismic waves. So this statement is correct. And P waves move faster. They are the first to arrive at the surface of the earth. This is also correct. P waves are faster. They can move through all sorts of media as in liquid as well as, liquid, gaseous, and solid media. So P waves definitely move faster, and they are the ones to reach the epicenter first, followed by the S waves. Then the P waves and the S waves together react with the rocks to form, or the surface of the earth, to form the surface waves, to generate the surface waves. And it is the surface waves that create the maximum damage to the human beings or any structures on the earth, on the surface of the earth. Okay. So in our case, statement 1 is wrong, but 2 and 3 are correct. So the option should be B. This is your answer. Okay. 98 ka answer should be B. Question number 99. In terms of geological timescale, the Quaternary period consists of two epochs and they are Holocene and Pleistocene. 99th answer should be B. Holocene and Pleistocene are the epochs that we are looking at. Which one of the following is the correct sequence of arrangement of the given planets in the descending order of their density? This answer is absolutely correct. You are going for the densest planet in the solar system is Earth, and the least dense planet is Saturn. These two extremes you are probably aware of, but you also know that Jupiter is just is the second least dense planet, and Venus is very similar to Earth, so similar densities. Okay, so here we go. Earth is the most dense. Earth is the densest of all, and the densest planet, followed by Venus, followed by Jupiter, followed by Saturn. Okay, so this is your option. 100. The question number 100. The answer to it should be C. Which one of the following is not a cold current? Not a cold current meaning a warm current. There is a general idea, there is a general rule that all currents flowing on the western coast of continents are cold currents. Okay, so by that logic or by that rule, East Australian current is the warm current. Okay, generally also all these currents, whether it is the West Australian current or the Benguela current, the Peru current, which is also called as the Humboldt current, all these currents go from the poles towards the equator. Okay, so they are cold currents. East Australian current is a warm current. It goes from the equator towards the poles. Question number 102. The process of podsolization is predominantly found in. Podsolization requires a cool and humid climate. It means that it's a kind of a leaching process in which most of the organic material as well as the mineral compounds, they are removed from the upper layers or the upper horizons of the soil and transferred to the lower horizons of the soil. Okay, this happens in taiga forest. Taiga forests are famously podsoils. Okay, so option C. Counter-Insurgency and Jungle Warfare School of Indian Army is situated at Bairangi, Mizoram. In the soil forming regime, question 112, in the soil forming regime, which one of the following occurs in the region where evapotranspiration exceeds precipitation? If the evapotranspiration exceeds precipitation, then that means that the soil is losing more water than gaining it, which means it will lead to dry soils. Okay. It also means clearly now it also means over here that what happens is because of the extreme heat and the losing of the water, the mineral materials, especially something like calcites and all, are carried forward by capillary action to the surface of the soil or to the upper horizons of the soil, and they are hardened into their proper hard pans are formed. Okay, proper calcification ho jata hai soil ka. That is what we are looking at. So you're looking at calcification. That should be your answer. Option A. Okay, which one among the following is found in the innermost part of the earth? Now these are all discontinuities. So we are looking for the one that is the innermost or deepest found, which is found in the deepest part of the earth, and that would be the core. Which discontinuity do you find in the core? Element discontinuity. Okay, so the option is D. Which among the following tree species are found on the Himalayas? Himalayas are famous for having vegetations which change with the vertical, with the altitude. Okay, so it has vertical zonation. You will see different forests, other various types of forests depending on the altitude you are in. Okay, oak famously found in the lower reaches, rhododendron famously found in the upper reaches. Rosewood is a tree that belongs to it's a species of trees from the evergreen forest. Himalayas cannot boast of the evergreen forest. It doesn't rain 200 centimeters there. Okay, annual rainfall. You do not get an annual rainfall of 200 centimeters. Rosewood is a forest of the evergreen trees. Evergreen forest. Okay, it's a species of the evergreen forest. So rosewood is not one of the trees that you find in the Himalayas. Sorry, I forgot to tell you the option there. The option is going to be 1 and 2 only. So we are looking at option B. 114 is option B. Which one of the following is the lowermost or innermost intrusive igneous rock? Question number 115. The lowermost or the innermost intrusive igneous rock would be the one that you find the deepest. Okay, that would be a batholith, because batholiths occur in the deepest portions, and they are the ones, batholiths are the ones that are the source of all magma. They supply all the magma through conduits to the rest of the intrusive rocks, and batholith is your answer, option B. Okay, 116. If it is 12 noon in New Delhi, what will be the time in London, UK? New Delhi is situated, New Delhi follows the local time. The Indian Standard Time is the one that is local time at 82.5 degrees east. Okay. London lies on prime meridian. Okay. London follows the prime meridian time, which is 0 degrees. So we are saying, we already know that New Delhi is 5.5 hours. Indian Standard Time, IST, is 5.5 hours ahead of GMT, the time at London. Okay. So if New Delhi is 5.5 hours ahead, and so that means London is 5.5 hours behind us, go 5.5 hours behind 12 noon. So that would be 5 hours behind is 7, and another half hour behind would be 6:30. 6:30 a.m. in London would be 12 noon in New Delhi. Okay, fine. Option E. 116. For 116, the answer is option A. 117. Which one of the following positions of Sun, Earth, and Moon are suitable for spring tides? Okay, so both syzygy. Let's consider syzygy conjunction, syzygy opposition. In syzygy, what happens is that the sun, moon, and the earth are all lined up, okay, in a straight line. Now, syzygy conjunction is that the sun and moon are both on the same side of the earth, and syzygy opposition would mean that the sun and the moon are on opposite sides of the earth. Okay, thankfully we are considering tides, so whether the sun and the moon lie on the same side or on the opposite side, it is still going to help in the counter effects, okay, of gravitational attraction. So whether it is syzygy conjunction or whether it is syzygy opposition, spring tides occur on when the sun, moon, and the earth are in straight lines, okay, are in a straight line. So both syzygy conjunction and opposition would work here. It is the quadrature which doesn't work for spring tides. During the quadratures, it is usually the neap tides. Okay, we are looking for neap tides during quadrature. All right. So the option here would be 1 and 2 would be correct. Both syzygy conjunction and opposition would work. Option C. Okay, 117, option C. It's okay. Question number 150. Which one of the following is not a main greenhouse gas? We can go with oxygen. Oxygen is not a greenhouse gas, is it? Water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, these are all greenhouse gases. They tend to trap the heat within the atmosphere by being transparent to the shortwave radiation and trapping the long wave radiation of the earth. And that is how heat is trapped, and that increases the global temperatures with the increase in the greenhouse gases. It is necessary though. Greenhouse gases are important because they help keep the temperature of the earth, of the surface, closer to 14-15 degrees Celsius. Without the presence of the atmosphere or the greenhouse gases, the surface of the temperature of the earth would be closer to minus 18 degrees Celsius, which I don't think is a suitable temperature for human beings to live in. So clearly, oxygen is important for us because, you know, it gives life. It's a life gas, but clearly it is not a greenhouse gas. So B, oxygen, would be the answer. Okay. Thank you. That finishes the geography part of it.
Um, First question is browning of chopped apple can be minimized by। तो बेसिकली क्या होता है, अगर हम कभी भी किसी एप्पल को कट करते हैं तो एप्पल का जो सरफेस है ये एयर में कांटेक्ट की वजह से ऑक्सीडाइज होगा। मुझे नहीं मालूम कैसे कनेक्ट किया। कौन सा कनेक्ट किया तो सभी चाहिए ना, तो वो नहीं चाहिए। आप कंटिन्यू करो। एयर के कांटेक्ट में आने से ये ऑक्सीडाइज होगा और ऑक्सीडाइज होने की वजह से इसका कलर ब्राउन होगा। तो ब्राउन कलर को रोकने के लिए हम यूज करते हैं लेमन जूस। वन टू थ्री फोर 8। 73 का आंसर होगा सी। बिकॉज लेमन जूस अगर हम यूज करते हैं तो वो एप्पल और एयर में जो ऑक्सीजन प्रेजेंट है उसके कांटेक्ट को रोक देगा, जिससे ऑक्सीडेशन नहीं होगा। देन वी हैव 74th, that is which of the hydrocarbons are arranged as per increasing order of their boiling points। So increasing order of boiling point is directly proportional to mass of the compound। कंपाउंड का मास जितना ज्यादा होगा उसका बॉइलिंग पॉइंट भी उतना ज्यादा होता है। और सेकंड कंडीशन ये होती है कि ब्रांचिंग कम होनी चाहिए। ब्रांचिंग साइड चेन या ब्रांचिंग जितना कम होगा तो भी बॉइलिंग पॉइंट उतना ज्यादा होगा। और यहाँ जितने भी ऑप्शंस दिए हैं सभी में सिंपल चेन दिया गया है, स्ट्रेट चेन दिया गया है, ब्रांचिंग नहीं है। कोई भी ऐसा कंपाउंड नहीं है जिसमें ब्रांचिंग हो। इसलिए हम केवल मास फैक्टर के ऊपर ध्यान देंगे कि मास जिसका ज्यादा है, क्योंकि हमें लिखना है इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर। तो सबसे पहले लिखेंगे सबसे कम मास वाला, उसके बाद उससे ज्यादा मास वाला और फिर उससे ज्यादा मास वाला। तो इसके अकॉर्डिंग सबसे कम मास मिलेगा हमें मैथेन। मैथेन के जस्ट बाद ब्यूटेन है। मैथेन के ठीक बाद प्रोपेन अगर होता तो ये ऑप्शन सही बन जाता, बट ये गलत है बिकॉज मैथेन के ठीक बाद ब्यूटेन सबसे ज्यादा मास वाला सबसे कम मास वाला नहीं है। मैथेन के बाद प्रोपेन होना था। बी प्रोप ब्यूट पेंट ओक्ट। यहाँ प्रोपेन 3 कार्बन, ब्यूट 4 कार्बन, पेंट 5 कार्बन एंड ओक्ट 8 कार्बन। तो ये कार्बन के इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर है, मींस मास के इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में होगा तो बॉइलिंग पॉइंट का इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर भी यही बनेगा। तो बी ऑप्शन सही होना चाहिए। सी ऑप्शन में प्रोपेन, ब्यूटेन, हेप्टेन एंड मैथेन। मैथेन सबसे लास्ट में, उसका बॉइलिंग पॉइंट सबसे ज्यादा नहीं हो सकता, ये गलत है। सिमिलरली यहाँ प्रोपेन सबसे लास्ट में, ये भी रॉन्ग है। तो सही ऑप्शन होगा 74। तो 74 का सही ऑप्शन है बी। आफ्टर 74, 75। Question number 75 is which of the following apparatus is used for separating benzene and water। यहाँ बेंजीन और वाटर आपका और बेंजीन का जो डेंसिटी है वो डिफरेंट होता है। बेंजीन एंड वाटर का डेंसिटी डिफरेंस बहुत ज्यादा है, तो बेंजीन और वाटर इमिसिबल है। बेंजीन और वाटर आपस में सोल्यूबल नहीं है। ये इमिसिबल है। इमिसिबल होने की वजह से हम क्या कर सकते हैं, सेपरेटिंग फनल का यूज कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज सेपरेटिंग फनल में ऐसे लिक्विड्स को सेपरेट करते हैं जो आपस में प्रॉपर्ली मिक्स नहीं होते। तो बेंजीन और वाटर का जो मिक्सिंग है वो इमिसिबल लिक्विड है, दोनों आपस में अच्छे से मिक्स नहीं होते, इसलिए सेपरेटिंग फनल से हम इन दोनों को सेपरेट कर सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट वी हैव क्वेश्चन नंबर 76. Question number 76 is, an iron nail dipped in copper sulfate solution turns brown. This is due to which of the following types of reaction? तो ये 10th क्लास के एनसीईआरटी से लिया गया है। ये आपका है कि आयरन नेल Fe का रिएक्शन अगर आप कॉपर सल्फेट CuSO4 से कराते हैं तो आयरन कॉपर के कंपैरेटिवली ज्यादा रिएक्टिव होता है, इसलिए आयरन कॉपर को डिस्प्लेस करेगा और बनेगा FeSO4 प्लस Cu। और इसी की वजह से जो आयरन नेल है कॉपर सल्फेट में जो डिप हुआ है वो ब्राउन होना स्टार्ट होगा, बिकॉज ये जो कॉपर यहाँ बना है ये आयरन नेल के ऊपर डिपॉजिट होना स्टार्ट हो जाता है और कॉपर का कलर होता है रेडिश ब्राउन, इसलिए आयरन नेल सिल्वरी कलर से रेडिश ब्राउन बनना स्टार्ट होगा। तो ऐसा रिएक्शन जिसमें एक हाईली रिएक्टिव एलिमेंट एक लो रिएक्टिव एलिमेंट को डिस्प्लेस करता है, ऐसे रिएक्शन को बोलते हैं डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन। सो 76 का सही ऑप्शन होगा डी, डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन। Next we have 77. Among the following which is not the correct method for keeping the curd? कर्ड बेसिकली आपका एक ऐसा मटेरियल है या सब्सटेंस है जिसमें एसिड प्रेजेंट होगा और एसिड मेटल के साथ रिएक्शन करता है जिससे कोई पॉइजनस सब्सटेंस बन सकता है। तो अगर हम कर्ड को स्टेनलेस स्टील में रखते हैं तो कर्ड और स्टेनलेस स्टील का कोई रिएक्शन नहीं होता, तो यहाँ रखी जा सकती है। बट हमें ऑप्शन में देखना है कि कौन सा मेथड सही नहीं है, मींस कर्ड को हम कहाँ नहीं रख सकते। प्लास्टिक वेसल में रख सकते हैं, ग्लास वेसल में भी रख सकते हैं, लेकिन हम कर्ड को कॉपर वेसल में नहीं रख सकते, बिकॉज कर्ड में जो एसिड प्रेजेंट है वो कॉपर मेटल के साथ रिएक्शन करके कोई पॉइजनस सब्सटेंस बना सकता है जो हेल्थ के लिए हार्मफुल होगा। Next we have question number 78, that is, toothpaste prevents tooth decay by which of the following? तो टूथपेस्ट टूथ डिके को प्रिवेंट करता है, यहाँ रिएक्शन होता है आपका न्यूट्रलाइजेशन रिएक्शन, बिकॉज जब आप कोई भी फूड मटेरियल खाते हैं, खाना खाते हैं, तो उससे क्या होता है, आपका जो माउथ है वहां एसिडिक मटेरियल या वहां एसिडिटी बढ़ जाती है। खाना खाने पर माउथ में आपके एसिडिटी इंक्रीज होगी और एसिड इंक्रीज होगा, इस वजह से वो क्या करेगा, वहां जो आपके टीथ का जो मटेरियल है वो बेसिकली कैल्शियम फॉस्फेट होता है और कैल्शियम एक तरीके से मेटल है, तो कैल्शियम एसिड के साथ रिएक्शन करेगा जिससे कैल्शियम धीरे धीरे कोरोड होना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा। मींस कैल्शियम आपके टीथ या टूथ से हटकर रिएक्शन करेगा जिससे वो पहले जैसी स्ट्रेंथ जैसा नहीं रहेगा और धीरे धीरे टूथ डिके स्टार्ट होगा। तो टूथ डिके को अगर प्रिवेंट करना है तो हमें एसिड को न्यूट्रलाइज करना पड़ेगा और एसिड को न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए हम यूज कर सकते हैं बेस। तो जो हमारा टूथपेस्ट होता है उसके अंदर बेसिक मटेरियल प्रेजेंट होता है या बेस प्रेजेंट होता है। तो जब आप टूथपेस्ट करते हैं तो माउथ के अंदर जो एक्सेस एसिड प्रेजेंट है उस एक्सेस एसिड को ये बेस आपका क्या करता है, न्यूट्रलाइज करता है और टूथ डिके को बचाता है। तो 78 का ऑप्शन ए होगा। Next question for chemistry we have question number 90. Question number 90 is, which one of the following is not a main greenhouse? तो कौन ऐसा है यहाँ जो ग्रीन हाउस का मेन कंपोनेंट नहीं है? मेथेन ग्रीन हाउस का कंपोनेंट होता है, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड भी होता है, वाटर वेपर भी होता है, तो राइट ऑप्शन होगा बी ऑक्सीजन। ऑक्सीजन इज नॉट द मेन ग्रीन हाउस गैस और कंपोनेंट ऑफ ग्रीन हाउस। नेक्स्ट वी हैव yes, question number 108. Before that, I think we have 107. 107 is 107 is what is the specific purpose of using potassium hydroxide, that is KOH, during a saponification process? Saponification process is a process in which soaps are prepared by reacting fatty acids with metals or metal acetates. तो यहाँ पोटेशियम हाइड्रोक्साइड का हम यूज करते हैं सोप्स को सॉफ्ट बनाने के लिए, स्किन के लिए। तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 107 का ऑप्शन बी होगा, टू ऑब्टेन सोप्स व्हिच आर सॉफ्ट ऑन द स्किन। देन वी हैव क्वेश्चन नंबर 107 इज ऑप्शन बी। क्वेश्चन नंबर 108, question number 108 is which one of the following is correct arrangement of metals in the decreasing order of their reactivity? तो यहाँ चार ऑप्शन में से दो ऑप्शन तो बिल्कुल ही गलत हैं, बिकॉज आयरन की रिएक्टिविटी जो है वो कॉपर से कम नहीं होगी, और अगर मैं आयरन और सोडियम की रिएक्टिविटी की बात करूं तो सोडियम का रिएक्टिविटी ज्यादा होता है, तो ये ऑप्शन गलत हो जाएगा। सिल्वर और कॉपर की रिएक्टिविटी में कॉपर का रिएक्टिविटी ज्यादा होता है, ये भी गलत हो जाएगा। सोडियम का रिएक्टिविटी ज्यादा, उसके बाद कॉपर, उसके बाद सिल्वर, उसके बाद आयरन। यहाँ आयरन का रिएक्टिविटी कॉपर से ज्यादा होता है, तो सोडियम के बाद आयरन आना चाहिए, लेकिन नहीं है, तो ये भी गलत। सही ऑप्शन डी होगा। तो सोडियम की रिएक्टिविटी के बाद कम रिएक्टिव आयरन, फिर कॉपर और सबसे कम सिल्वर। तो 108, क्वेश्चन नंबर 108 का आंसर होगा डी। देन वी हैव क्वेश्चन नंबर 109। क्वेश्चन नंबर 109 इज which among the following statement is not correct with respect to allotropes of carbon? Graphite is a good conductor of electricity, true. Diamond is the hardest substance, true. Fluorine is one of the allotropes of carbon, true. We have to select out the wrong statement, so obviously D will be the wrong. तो डी ऑप्शन गलत होगा यहाँ, क्योंकि बाकी सभी ऑप्शन सही है। Then we have 110. 110 is factual question. अमोनिया को मैन्युफैक्चर करने का मोस्ट ऑफ द पॉपुलर मेथड है आपका हेबर प्रोसेस। वन 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 फॉर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑफ ग्लास विच अमंग द फॉलोइंग इज यूज्ड एज अ सोर्स ऑफ सिलिका? तो सोर्स ऑफ सिलिका आपको मिलता है कोकोनट सेल। ये भी फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चन है आपका, मेमोरी बेस्ड। नेक्स्ट इज 112, which among the following is the correct arrangement of halogens in increasing their oxidizing nature? Now the arrangement of oxidizing nature is in periodic table. If you will go top to bottom, oxidizing nature decreases. and we have the elements like FCl, Bri. So top to bottom oxidizing nature decreases, which means I will be the least oxidizing, and we have to write increasing order. So the right order will be I, Br, Cl, and F. So option D will be right. One three is copper sulfate crystals available in market are blue colored. By careful eating, they turn to white color. Which one of the following is responsible for blue color? All the hydrated salts. This is true for all hydrated salts. All hydrated salts जो कलर देते हैं आपको, उन सब के पीछे रीजन होता है WOC, दैट इज वाटर ऑफ क्रिस्टलाइजेशन. तो कॉपर सल्फेट का ब्लू कलर से व्हाइट हो जाना बिकॉज ऑफ हीटिंग होता है, क्योंकि वहां वाटर ऑफ क्रिस्टलाइजेशन रिमूव होगा. तो इस वजह से यहाँ जो कलर के लिए रेस्पॉन्सिबल है वो आपका होगा सी ऑप्शन, दैट इज वाटर. एंड द रिएक्शन इज लाइक CuSO4 डॉट 5H2O. On heating will lose 5H2O and we will get CuSO4. So this particular is blue in color, and after losing the water it will be white. Next we have equal volume of all gases when measured at the same temperature and pressure contain equal number of particles. Who proposed the above law? It was Avogadro. अवेगैद्रो ने बताया कि अगर आपके पास डिफरेंट गैसेस है, गैस ए, गैस बी, गैस सी एंड डी, सबका टेम्परेचर सेम है, सबका वॉल्यूम सेम, सबका प्रेशर सेम, तो हर एक गैस का नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स या नंबर ऑफ एटम्स भी सेम होंगे. Na, Nb, Nc एंड Nd विल बी इक्वल. जी सर. हाँ, सी ऑप्शन सही होगा. आफ्टर 114 we have 115, again very important question. Sit man. One five is airbags work on the principle of a chemical reaction triggered by impact producing a gaseous product that causes a sudden volume change. तो जितने भी ऑटोमोबाइल्स हैं आज के टाइम में, उनके अंदर एक्सीडेंट के ड्यूरेशन में सेफ्टी के लिए एयरबैग्स दिए जाते हैं. इन एयरबैग्स के अंदर एक स्पेशल केमिकल प्रोसेस होता है, और वो प्रोसेस हमें सेलेक्ट करना है क्या है. Which one among the following chemical conversion is responsible for this? Option is right, sodium azide into nitrogen gas. तो एयरबैग्स के अंदर सोडियम एजाइड होता है Na3Z. सॉरी, सोडियम एजाइड इंटू नाइट्रोजन गैस. तो एयरबैग्स के अंदर सोडियम एजाइड एक केमिकल होगा, और वो केमिकल जैसे ही ऑटोमोबाइल या कार वगैरह का कोई एक्सीडेंट होगा, तो वहां एक्सीडेंट की वजह से जो हीट एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस होगी, उस हीट एनर्जी की वजह से जो सोडियम एजाइड है वो डिकम्पोज हो जाएगा, और सोडियम एजाइड कन्वर्ट होगा नाइट्रोजन गैस में, और उस नाइट्रोजन गैस की वजह से जो एयरबैग्स है वो आपके इन्फ्लेटेड हो जाएंगे और सेफ्टी रहेगी. सोडियम एजाइड इज NaNO3, और ये हीट करने पर नाइट्रोजन गैस में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा। सो ऑप्शन ए सही होगा। ये है सेट ए NDA 2023 16/04/2023 मीन्स जो एग्जाम पेपर आज हुआ है। तो हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं फिजिक्स। First question is, two identical spring balances S1 and S2 are connected one after the other and are held vertical as shown in figure. A mass of 10 kg is hanging from S2. The mass of 10 kg is hanging from S2. If the reading on S1 and S2 are W1 W2, then तो यहाँ एक्शन और रिएक्शन का कॉन्सेप्ट लगेगा, एक्शन एंड रिएक्शन। तो यहाँ अगर डाउनवर्ड वेट आप 10 यूनिट लेके चलते हैं तो इधर आपको 10 यूनिट का रीडिंग मिलेगा, फिर वही 10 यूनिट यहाँ मिलेगा और वही 10 यूनिट यहाँ। तो बेसिकली अगर यहाँ 10 यूनिट का सस्पेंशन है तो ये ऊपर की साइड जो स्प्रिंग है वो 10 यूनिट का अरेंजमेंट लेगा। तो इस क्वेश्चन के लिए W1 और W2 का वैल्यू होगा 10 10। और इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन है कि ये जो 10 kg मास है इसके लिए यहाँ डाउनवर्ड वेट आएगा 10 kg और उसी के अकॉर्डिंग यहाँ इस स्प्रिंग बैलेंस में जो स्प्रिंग है उसमें एक्सपेंशन होगा और उस एक्सपेंशन की वजह से ऊपर की साइड यहाँ स्प्रिंग के लिए ऊपर की साइड कंट्रैक्शन का फोर्स लगेगा सेम 10 न्यूटन का। तो अगर ये 10 न्यूटन है तो इधर भी 10 न्यूटन होगा और डाउनवर्ड फिर 10 न्यूटन आएगा, ऊपर फिर 10 न्यूटन। तो दोनों ही स्प्रिंग बैलेंसेस के रीडिंग जो है वो 10 न्यूटन रहेंगे। Second is 52. A stone is thrown horizontally from the top of 20-meter high building with a speed of 12 meter per second. It hits the ground at a distance r from the building. Taking g equals to 10 meter per second and neglecting air resistance, what will be the r? So ये कुछ ऐसा क्वेश्चन है, ये बिल्डिंग है, यहाँ बिल्डिंग से एक बॉल ये डायरेक्शन में थ्रो किया और वो बॉल आपका प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन के अकॉर्डिंग यहाँ कहीं गिरता है। आपको बताना है ये डिस्टेंस आर कितना रहा हो। तो a stone is thrown horizontally from the top of 20 meter high building with a speed of 12 meter per second. तो अगर ये 20 मीटर की बिल्डिंग से गिरा है तो हम देखते हैं यहाँ टाइम कितना लगेगा। तो इनिशियली वर्टिकल डायरेक्शन में यहाँ कोई वेलोसिटी नहीं है, हॉरिजॉन्टल डायरेक्शन में वेलोसिटी है 12 मीटर पर सेकेंड। तो s इक्वल्स टू ut प्लस हाफ gt स्क्वायर का कॉन्सेप्ट अगर हम अप्लाई करते हैं, s मेरे पास 20 है, u 0 है, प्लस 1/2 g का वैल्यू 10, t स्क्वायर मुझे निकालना है। 5 हो जाएगा, ये 4 हो जाएगा और t स्क्वायर 4 मीन्स t आ जाएगा 2 सेकेंड। अब ये जो r है हॉरिजॉन्टल डिस्टेंस, ये होगा हॉरिजॉन्टल स्पीड इनटू टाइम। टाइम इज 2 यूनिट, हॉरिजॉन्टल स्पीड इज 12, सो r विल बी 24 मीटर। दैट इज ऑप्शन सी करेक्ट होगा। देन वी हैव a sphere of volume v is made of a material with lower density than water. While on earth it floats on water, बिकॉज द डेंसिटी जो है वाटर से कम है तो वाटर में फ्लोट करेगा, और जब ये फ्लोट करता है वाटर पर तो इसका जो सबमर्ज पोर्शन है वो F1 टाइम्स v है। ऑन द अदर हैंड अ स्पेसशिप accelerating with acceleration a less than g is the acceleration due to gravity in outer space, its submerged volume in water is F2v, then ये देखना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है। नेक्स्ट देखते हैं 54 is two identical containers X and Y are connected at the bottom by a thin tube of negligible volume. The tube has a valve in it as shown in figure. Initially H in it and container Y is empty. When the valve is open, both containers have equal amount of liquid in equilibrium. If the initial potential energy of the liquid is P1, then final potential energy of will be। देखो अगर हम वोल्व को ओपन करेंगे तो लिक्विड जो है हाई प्रेशर टू लो प्रेशर रीजन में जाएगा और इक्विलिब्रियम अटेन करके रुक जाएगा। तो जो प्रेशर जो लिक्विड की पोटेंशियल एनर्जी रही होगी वो मोशन की वजह से काइनेटिक एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट होगी, और फाइनली जब ये इक्विलिब्रियम अटेन करेगा उस कंडीशन में लिक्विड की जो काइनेटिक एनर्जी है वो वापस पोटेंशियल एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगी। तो इनिशियल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी और फाइनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी ऑफ द वाटर और लिक्विड सेम रहेगी, तो ऑप्शन ए बनेगा। फिफ्टी फाइव, a particle is moving in a circle of radius r with constant speed v. Its average acceleration over the time when it moves over half circle. तो अगर हाफ सर्कल है तो यहां से ये इनिशियल है और ये हाफ सर्कल में यहां आएगा तो वेलोसिटी इधर होगी। एवरेज एक्सीलरेशन होता है चेंज इन वेलोसिटी, और डेल्टा वी बाय डेल्टा टी। आधा चक्कर लगाने में कितना टाइम लगेगा? डिस्टेंस इक्वल्स टू स्पीड इक्वल्स टू डिस्टेंस बाय टाइम से टाइम लगेगा डिस्टेंस बाय स्पीड। अगर पूरा चक्कर लगाता है तो डिस्टेंस 2 पाई और स्पीड कितना है v। तो अगर आधा चक्कर लगाता है तो टाइम कितना लगेगा? हाफ टाइम लगेगा, यानी कि एम आर बाय वी। तो टाइम हमें मालूम है एम पाई आर बाय वी। एक्सीलरेशन एवरेज एक्सीलरेशन होगा चेंज इन वेलोसिटी बाय टाइम इंटरवल। अब चेंज इन वेलोसिटी कितना होगा यहाँ? तो ये वेलोसिटी v और ये वेलोसिटी v, ये अगर अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में पॉजिटिव जे कैप और डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन में माइनस जे कैप पकड़ते हैं तो चेंज इन वेलोसिटी होगा फाइनल माइनस इनिशियल, जो कि -2v जे कैप आएगा। तो चेंज इन वेलोसिटी का अगर मैग्नीट्यूड लेंगे तो ये 2v मिलेगा अपने को। तो यहाँ से एवरेज एक्सीलरेशन हो जाएगा आपका चेंज इन वेलोसिटी 2v डिवाइडेड बाय टाइम, जो कि है पाई आर बाय वी। तो ये हो जाएगा 2v स्क्वायर बाय पाई आर, यानी कि ऑप्शन सी। तो 54 का ऑप्शन सी होगा। Then we have 55. Two forces of 5 Newton are acting on a point. इधर 5 न्यूटन, इधर 5 न्यूटन, ये 60 डिग्री का एंगल है, तो मैग्नीट्यूड कितना होगा? मीन्स नेट फोर्स। तो नेट फोर्स आपका होगा अंडर रूट 5 स्क्वायर प्लस 5 स्क्वायर प्लस 2 इंटू 5 इंटू 5 इंटू कोस 60। F1 स्क्वायर प्लस F2 स्क्वायर प्लस 2 F1 F2 cos 60। अगर दो फोर्स F1 F2 सर्टेन एंगल थीटा पर लगते हैं तो उनका रिजल्टेंट निकालने के लिए फॉर्मूला होता है अंडर रूट F1 स्क्वायर प्लस F2 स्क्वायर प्लस 2 F1 F2 cos थीटा। तो ये बन जाएगा आपका 25 प्लस 25 प्लस 25 इंटू 250 cos 60 is 1/2 again 25. So it will be 3 into 25. 3 into 25 means 5 root 3. So 5 root 3 will be approximate 6.7 because 5 into root 3 is 1.73. ये हो जाएगा 5 और 36 8.65। ऑप्शन ए बन जाएगा। 56 के बाद $85। A rectangle ABCD is kept in front of a concave mirror of focal length f, with its corners A and B being respectively at distance 2f and 3f. Okay, it forms an image A dash B dash C dash in front of the mirror. What is the ratio of B dash C dash to A dash D dash? तो अगर ये यहाँ है तो इसकी इमेज यहाँ बनेगी, और अगर ये आपका बियॉन्ड सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर है तो इमेज बनती है आपकी 2f और a के बीच। तो ये वाली तो हाइट भी सेम आएगी। b और c जो है इसकी हाइट देखनी पड़ेगी कितनी बनेगी। b डैश d डैश टू मीन्स बेसिकली मेरे पास ऑब्जेक्ट है यहाँ जिसके लिए u3f है और f मुझे मालूम है v निकालना है। तो 1/f इक्वल्स टू 1/v प्लस 1/u। 1/f की वैल्यू -f, 1/v निकालना है, प्लस 1/u की वैल्यू -3f। तो 1/v हो जाएगा 1/f प्लस 1/3f विद माइनस साइन। तो 1/v हो जाएगा -2/3f। तो v हो जाएगा आपका -3/2f। और इसका मैग्निफिकेशन होता होगा v/u। तो v कितना है -3/2f अपॉन 3/2f। व्यू कितना है, u है 3f। अगर u 3f है और v इतना तो f का फैक्टर कैंसिल, 3 का फैक्टर कैंसिल, 1/2 मैग्निफिकेशन 1/2 आया है। इसका मतलब b डैश d डैश टू a डैश d डैश क्या होगा, b डैश d डैश बाय a डैश d डैश। तो अगर ये हाइट h है स्टार्टिंग में तो इमेज बनने के बाद a डैश d डैश तो अभी भी h ही होगा, लेकिन b डैश d डैश जो है वो से छोटा बनेगा, यानी कि 1/2h बनेगा। तो 1/2 आना चाहिए आंसर। बहुत भारी क्वेश्चन है। तो इसका आंसर आ गया सी। अब आ जाओ आगे। 86। Shown in the figure are two plane mirrors xy and yz joined at their edge. Also shown is a light ray falling on one of the mirrors and reflected back parallel to its original path. ठीक है। The two mirrors are now rotated by an angle of theta. As a result, the new reflected ray is at an angle alpha from the original reflected ray. Then alpha will be 2 theta. नहीं मान। अगर हम किसी मिरर को थीटा डिग्री घुमाते हैं तो ये जो रिफ्लेक्टेड लाइट रे है ये रोटेट होती है 2 थीटा। तो 2 थीटा बनना चाहिए। नेक्स्ट इज a railway wagon open at the top of mass m1 is moving with speed v1 along a straight track. As a result of rain, after some time it gets partially filled with water so that the mass of wagon becomes m2 and the speed becomes v2. Taking the rain to be falling vertically and water stationary inside the wagon, the relation between the two speeds. Seventh is also doubtful. यहाँ अगर हम बात करते हैं लीनियर मोमेंटम की, तो लीनियर मोमेंटम ऑफ रेलवे वैगन बिफोर रेनिंग एंड आफ्टर रेनिंग कांस्टेंट होगा, बिकॉज सिस्टम के ऊपर कोई एक्सटर्नल फोर्स नहीं लगा है। तो सी बनना चाहिए। एफ एक्सटर्नल अगर 0 है तो लीनियर मोमेंटम कांस्टेंट होता है, विच मीन्स बिफोर रेनिंग आफ्टर रेनिंग सेम होगा। बिफोर रेनिंग तो M1 V1 M2 V2 होना चाहिए। 87 के बाद 88, which one of the following statements is not true for a fluid, a musical instrument? Sound comes from a vibrating column of air inside the fluid. Sound comes from a is not correct. इसमें बनेगा नहीं मालूम। A positive charge is moving towards south in a space where magnetic field is pointing in the north direction. The moving charge will experience a deflecting force towards the east direction. डिफ्लेक्टिंग फोर्स, तो ये नॉर्थ है, ये साउथ है, और चार्ज हमारा जा रहा है, पॉजिटिव चार्ज मूविंग टुवर्ड्स साउथ इधर। मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इज पॉइंटिंग इन नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन, इधर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है। नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन में अगर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है और साउथ में पार्टिकल जा रहा है तो ये पैरेलल जा रहा है, और अगर पैरेलल है तो F इक्वल्स टू क्यू वी बी साइन थीटा से पैरेलल वाले केस में मैग्नेटिक फील्ड और मोशन के बीच, वेलोसिटी के बीच 0 डिग्री एंगल, तो फोर्स 0 होगा, तो ऑप्शन डी बनेगा। पार्टिकल्स क्योंकि साउथ डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है और नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन में मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है, तो पार्टिकल का वेलोसिटी और मैग्नेटिक फील्ड बी के बीच 180 डिग्री एंगल है, और इस केस में साइन 180 0 होगा, इसलिए फोर्स भी 0 होगा, तो कोई डिफ्लेक्टिंग फोर्स नहीं होगा। Which of the following statement is if X-ray is not true? Shorter wavelength. They are also used for the treatment of certain forms of cancer. Is not true. तो इसमें मोस्ट एप्रोप्रिएट बनेगा डी, बिकॉज अप्रोक्सीमेट 1 एंगस्ट्रॉन वेवलेंथ होती मेटल टारगेट से हिट करके जनरेट भी किया जा सकता है, शॉर्टर वेवलेंथ की वजह से रडार सिस्टम में भी यूज होते हैं, तो डी होगा. Mica is mainly used in electrical and electronic industries. इसका डी होता है. माइका इलेक्ट्रिकल और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इंडस्ट्रीज में काफी यूज करते हैं हम. नेक्स्ट इज sand falls vertically on a conveyor belt at rate of 0.1 kg per second. In order to keep the belt moving at uniform speed of 2 meter per second, the force required to be applied on the belt. Sand falls vertically on a conveyor belt at a rate of 0.1 kg per second in order to keep the belt moving at uniform speed of 2 meter per second. स्पीड मेंटेन रखनी है अगर, तो फोर्स कितना लगाना पड़ेगा? जीरो न्यूटन. क्या हो सकता है इसका? 123 the power required to lift a mass of 8 kg up a vertical distance of 4 meter in 2 seconds। तो ये तो काफी सिंपल है। इसमें दिया गया है आपको निकालना है पावर। पावर होता है वर्क डन बाय टाइम, और वर्क डन होगा यहाँ पोटेंशियल एनर्जी बाय टाइम। तो m कितना है 8, g 10, h 4 मीटर, टाइम 2 सेकेंड। तो ये हो जाएगा 2 4 जा 8, 4 4 जा 16 इंटू 10, 160 वोट। तो 123 का आ जाएगा 160 वोट, क्योंकि पावर निकालना है। पावर होता है W/T, और वर्क डन यहाँ इस केस में होगा mgh, जो ग्राउंड लेवल से 4 मीटर तक ले जाने के लिए वर्क डन किया जाएगा, वही पोटेंशियल एनर्जी होगी mgh/2। 124 one block of 2 kg mass is placed on top of another block of 3 kg mass। One block of 2 kg mass is placed on the top of another block of 3 kg mass। 3 kg mass, 2 kg mass। The coefficient of static friction between the two blocks is, ये दे रखा है आपको 0.2। The bottom block is pulled with a horizontal force F such that both the blocks move together without slipping, taking acceleration due to gravity as 10 meter per second। The maximum value of frictional force। तो अगर ये दोनों के दोनों बिना स्लिप हुए मूव करते हैं, तो यहाँ जो, अगर ये इस डायरेक्शन में चलेगा तो ये इस डायरेक्शन में चलेगा, और इस डायरेक्शन में आएगा फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स। तो हम चाहते हैं कि ये दोनों एक साथ चले। तो जितना फोर्स यहाँ लगा है, अगर उतना ही फोर्स यहाँ लगे फ्रिक्शनल, तो फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स होता है म्यू एस एन, और फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स होगा म्यू एस 0.2 इंटू एन। एन इज m into g, that is 2 into 10 will be 4 Newton। The coefficient of static friction between two blocks is this, the block is pulled with the horizontal force F such that both the blocks move। अगर दोनों ब्लॉक एक साथ चलते हैं तो इसे इस डायरेक्शन में ले जाने वाला कौन होगा, फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स। और फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स की मैक्सिमम वैल्यू क्या होती है, म्यू एस एन। म्यू एस कितना 0.2, एन होता है mg, दैट इज मास इंटू जी, और इसका मास कितना 2, क्योंकि इसके लिए नॉर्मल फोर्स यहाँ आएगा। टू के जी बॉक्स के लिए नॉर्मल फोर्स कितना होगा, इसके लिए नॉर्मल होगा इसका वेट mg। हाँ, तो 2 इंटू 10 4 आएगा, ऑप्शन सी। A mass is attached to a spring that hangs vertically. The extension produced in the spring is 6 centimeter on Earth. The acceleration due to gravity on the surface of Moon is 1/6 of its value on the surface of the Earth. The extension of the spring on Moon will be, अगर ये स्प्रिंग है और यहाँ मास अटकाया तो 6 सेंटीमीटर आया, क्योंकि यहाँ जो mg है वो kx होगा। अब वहां जी का वैल्यू है 1/6, तो उस केस में वेट कितना आएगा mg/6, तो ये k इंटू एक्स हो जाएगा। दोनों को अगर मैं वेट कम होगा ना, तो एक्सटेंशन भी कम होगा। एक्सटेंशन कितना होगा, जितना वेट वेट के अकॉर्डिंग एक्सटेंशन आता है। अगर आप एक्सटेंशन देखते हैं तो एक्सटेंशन जो है स्प्रिंग में वो वेट के प्रोपोर्शनल होता है। वेट जितना ज्यादा होगा एक्सटेंशन उतना ज्यादा होगा। मून पर वेट डिक्रीज होता है 1/6, तो एक्सटेंशन भी डिक्रीज होना चाहिए 1/6। तो अगर पहले एक्सटेंशन 6 आया तो बाद में कितना आना चाहिए, 1 सेंटीमीटर। टोटल रेसिस्टेंस ऑफ द सिस्टम, ये तो बहुत सिंपल है। तो ये कितना बन जाएगा, 1/r प्लस 1/r। पैरेलल है तो आर पैरेलल क्या होता है, R1 × R2/R1 प्लस R2। तो ये बन जाएगा R/2 प्लस R, 3R/2, सी ऑप्शन। Second class lever is an example. Pair of scissors. Next we have in an electric circuit a wire of resistance 10 ohm is used. If this wire is stretched to a length double of its original volume, double of its original value, the current in the circuit would become, देखो V1 इक्वल्स टू V2 होगा जब आप वायर को स्ट्रेच करेंगे। तो ये बनेगा A1 × L1 इक्वल्स टू A2 × L2, और यहाँ A1/A2 बन जाएगा L2/L1। तो स्ट्रेच करने पर R होता है ρL/A। तो R बनेगा L1/L2 इंटू A2/A1, और A2/A1 L1/L2, तो रेसिस्टेंस प्रोपोर्शनल होगा L1/L2 का होल स्क्वायर। L1 अगर L है और L2 2L है टू द होल स्क्वायर, तो रेसिस्टेंस डिक्रीज होगा 1/4। सॉरी, लेंथ जो है वो कम हुई है 1/4, तो रेसिस्टेंस 4 टाइम्स बढ़ेगा। रेसिस्टेंस अगर 4 टाइम्स बढ़ा है तो करंट आपका 4 टाइम्स डिक्रीज होना चाहिए, यानी कि 1/4 हो जाना चाहिए ओरिजिनल वॉल्यूम का, यानी कि ऑप्शन सी आएगा। क्योंकि वायर को स्ट्रेच अगर आप करते हैं तो वायर की स्ट्रेचिंग के लिए ये रिलेशन है, R1/R2 will be equals to L1/L2 whole square। 1/4, R2 will be 4R, और R2 4R होने का मतलब रेसिस्टेंस 4 टाइम्स बढ़ा तो ये 4 टाइम्स कम होगा, तो सी ऑप्शन आएगा। देन वी हैव वन 46। The force of gravity of Earth on Moon is greater than force of gravity of Moon on the Earth. Is true, is greater than true, तो यही है। The force of gravity of Moon on Earth, of Moon, the force of gravity of Earth on Moon is greater than the force of gravity of the Moon on Earth। नहीं, गलत है। द फोर्स ऑफ ग्रेविटी ऑफ मून ऑन द अर्थ इज ग्रेटर, ये भी गलत है। द फोर्स ऑफ ग्रेविटी ऑफ अर्थ ऑन द मून एंड ऑफ द मून, ये सही है, ऑप्शन सी सही है। बिकॉज एक्शन रिएक्शन पेयर के अकॉर्डिंग अगर ये मास m1 और ये मास m2 है, तो ये इसके ऊपर जितना फोर्स लगाता है उतना ही फोर्स मास m1 m2 के ऊपर लगाता है। तो फोर्स ऑन अर्थ ड्यू टू मून विल बी इक्वल्स टू फोर्स ऑन मून ड्यू टू अर्थ। नेक्स्ट इज an electric bulb is rated at 220 volt and 80 volt. When it is operated, the power rating will be, so P is equals to V square by R. तो R बन जाएगा V square by P. V in the first case is 220 into 220 divided by P, that is 80. So R will be 11 into 11 into 5. If you will divide it. अब हमें निकालनी है पावर रेटिंग, तो P इज इक्वल्स टू वी स्क्वायर बाय आर। V कितना है 110 इंटू 110 डिवाइडेड बाय आर, 11 इंटू 11 इंटू 5, 11 कैंसिल 10, 11 कैंसिल 10, 5 टू जा 20 वोट, तो D आ जाएगा। ओनली मिरर्स गैलीलियन टेलीस्कोप में होते हैं। गैलीलियो ने ऐसा टेलीस्कोप बनाया था जिसमें केवल मिरर्स यूज किए थे।